That's it. That's it. Got it.
We're in.
How you doing, mate? All right,
Not
Chris.
so bad. Not so bad.
It's cold here, mate. I know it's the same for you.
Yeah, we got a bit of snow. It's
But you know, yeah, when actually got no snow, we had sort of like a frozen rain, but nothing, you know, like nothing really. It's just cold.
Yeah, it'll snow, cold and snow. But if it rains overnight, it'll all be gone by tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
well, we'll see. We'll see.
It's what it is. It's Don and the Dreamers special tonight.
Yeah, oh, that'll be interesting. That's going to be good.
Where did Don and the Dream? Where did the name come from?
Well, Henrik, he sort of contacted me some time ago and asked if I was interested in doing some recording with some other guys.
Yeah.
And like over here. And he mentioned the names, which I didn't know, Hannon of them from the past sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
Henrik's a producer, isn't he?
Yeah, producer, keyboard player, pianist, keyboard player. And he knew the bass player he's actually from Norway.
Right.
What is it? Have you got it? How do you spell it, Chris?
It's spelled Helge.
Yeah,
I'd say Helge.
Yeah, all right then. We'll take it as that, shall we? You probably get.
It's black country, Don. It's the black country.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. We'll get away with that. That's good. Yeah.
There's some titles anyway.
I've got something. Remind me after, Chris. I've got something to tell you about the black country I've made contact with. I know we've mentioned it before, but this could be another program.
All right. Yeah. Okay. We'll mention it afterwards. After we record. That's a secret for later.
That's it. We're not sort of disclosing anything yet. But
no, on that was a bombshell.
It'll be a goodie, Chris. I tell you.
All right.
Yeah, it'll be a goodie. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. So we got past Helge.
Yeah. Well, what it was is like. Sort of Eric is a singer, from Denmark. He's done quite a few things with different people. And then Henrik he came and picked me up. He lives not far outside Copenhagen, which is quite a drive really. So he come and picked me up, and then we picked the other guys up sort of on the way, sort of Eric and what's the guitarist?
Another one came.
There's another one. No. But anyway, we drove and got a great studio just on the outskirts of Copenhagen. And we put quite a few tracks down really quickly. Yeah. One of them actually was far away.
Really?
But the thing is that the key was a bit difficult in a way, sort of thing for Eric. Yeah. But we managed it, and but we did quite a few other things. I thought what was a good one was Honey Don't. The old sort of Carl Perkins, the one that Ringo covered.
Yeah, I was going to say that. He's on what's it? Beatles for Sale. That's what he was.
He always should, because I saw the interview when I did that thing with Ringo. I was talking to him about that. He said, they always used to give me one song per album to do, sort of thing.
John used to sing it live. It was John's song on stage.
John.
Yeah, before these me Beatles hat. Before
Ringo. You mean the Beatles?
Before they gave it to Ringo.
Okay.
John had been singing it since about 1962. Yeah, since about it was. They literally did give it to Ringo. John, it was a standard John song on stage.
Oh, I didn't know that one, Chris. I didn't know that one. Yeah, Ringo. When I did that thing with him, and I didn't know how much he wanted to talk about the Beatles, of course, but it was okay. And he said I always have my one song per album. Sort of thing, and that was that for that one album.
Carl Perkins song.
Yeah.
Backside of Blue Suede Shoes.
Oh, was it? It's a great, from that period, they're all great songs in a way. They're so blooming simple.
Yeah. Sun Records. It was recorded at Sun Studios, so it's a Sun Records. Yeah.
Well, funny if you're saying that, Eric the singer, he's recorded at Sun Studios.
Ooh.
He said he's done some recordings there. Brilliant. So it's only a tiny room, but I remember watching an interview saw some time ago with DJ Fontana, Elvis's drummer.
Yeah.
He said on about the studio. He says it's on your tiny room. He said I was at the one corner with my drums. He said Elvis is at the opposite corner, looking like $1 million. You know, before all in black. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's where they did Hound Dog and all things like that. You know, it's like a historical place in a way with things like that.
Well, it is. I mean, there's the museum, isn't there, so, and all that sort of thing. So it is. So you've got Honey Don't, which is coming out on the 8th, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be a download on the 8th.
Is it? Okay, yeah. I wasn't quite sure. Emmerich was going to let me know the exact date, you know.
Yeah. Well, I've got the 8th. So, yeah. But so you got. Was it far away? Did you say?
That's down, but Eric's not quite happy with his vocals at the moment, so we'll probably do those.
And you got that.
We were going to release that particular track, the song, but Eric he's not that happy with the vocals, so we came with Henrik said about Honey Don't. In the meantime, I said, yeah, that's good. It sounds really good.
Have you? What else? Have you recorded much else?
The titles. There's a few originals and like few covers and things. Yeah. But it was good.
What's the plans for it? What are you going to do?
Nothing at the moment. It's just basically just to release stuff. You know, release stuff because there's no actual thing. Obviously, we won't be touring. It's not that kind of thing. And they've all got different bands. I mean, Noel, the guitarist, he's considered one of the best in Denmark. You know, and he is a great player, and he's got his thing with a guy named Johnny Matson, who's been touring for years and years, and apparently he's off for about a year because he became ill or something, so he's been advised to take a year off. So that's why Noel just sort of managed to do that with us, you know. And it won't be a touring situation, Chris. It's we've all got different things going, and
was it good to be in the studios?
It was
with actual people.
It was great actually, because we were all there together, and it was really good, really good.
Yeah.
And,
that's what you miss out.
It didn't take long. We just went in and basically just bashed them out. You know, it was quite quick, really. And it was the same actually when did the thing with H, you know, when we did the Keep On Rocking album. Would you believe all the tracks with the Keep On Rocking album basically were recorded the first 2 days.
Well, you've always said about the Slade tracks, if you hadn't got it by the third one, you moved on.
Move on to another song. Yeah, because you lose the sort of the spontaneity. You know, it becomes your sort of, you know, you're concentrating too much, and you lose it a bit. I mean, I think Goodbye to Jane was done in one take, if I remember right. I think Goodbye to Jane was one take, because what it was, we finished the recording. We had about 30 or 45 minutes left, and Chas says, well, have you got anything else? Is there anything else we can just have a listen to, you know, basically? And then Jim said, well, we've got this one, and that sort of thing. And honestly, it'd be literally the drum intro was like it was like an intro to a German TV show. It's sort of, but a bit sort of more like that kind of thing. And we just used that for the intro for Goodbye to Jane. And it was basically, I'll tell you what, it was more or less the first take. It was more or less one take.
Goodbye to Jane played as it on the record when it was slower.
Yeah.
I think a fantastic song. We've had this discussion.
I'll tell you what, it was great to record that, and it felt great when we did it, Chris. Well, for me, it felt great when we actually recorded that. There's a few songs we can talk about some other times, Chris, and you can hear one where I shout, when it's good. We actually kept it on because
I've got to ask you a question. So a couple of people have asked this: the Don and the Dreamers isn't going to replace the Don Powell Band, is it?
No. This is just something that Henrik contacted me about if I was interested in doing, because all the other guys wanted me to play drums with them. They wanted me on drums. All it was just like Emmerich asked me, said it's been like said by the other musicians, they want you to play drums. Will you do it? You know, I said, yeah, it'll be good fun. And it was good fun. So yeah, it's not going to replace Don Powell Band, not at all.
No, that's okay. You're the hardest working man in rock and roll at the moment.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. You know, I've got 2 albums recorded, and you know, it's more than we did with the other Slade in like nearly 20 years. You know, but all it was, Chris, we just went in the studio and did it. You know,
that's what you need, isn't it?
No thinking about it, just go in and play. But because now there's no tape machines anymore, it's all computer. Just switch the computer on and we'll play.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And then it's a thing that happened with us in the past, you know, sort of thing. Really go, and we record about 5 takes of the same song, right? And we say, hang on a minute, go back and listen to the first take. We always used to keep everything. Go back and listen to the first take, and it's there already. Yeah. Goodbye to Jane was like that. It was the first take. We recorded together about 4 more times and said, go back and listen to the first take.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's fantastic what you're doing. I really do. I speak to a lot of people.
I'll tell you what it is, Chris, as well. I'll tell you what's great for me. It's nice playing with different people and finding out how other people work.
Yeah, of course. Now, and different styles or different guitars, different bass, and
finding out how other people work. And it means I ain't got to sort of pretend I'm sort of like kickstarting a jumbo when I'm sort of playing. You know what I mean? Sort of thing. Yeah. And it's just great, you know, just playing along and just.
And it's different stuff. I mean, you've been playing literally the same stuff in some cases for 50 odd years.
Yeah, I know. But but it's interesting for me. It also kickstarts me into other things as well, Chris.
Yeah.
You know, sort of it gives me other ideas as well, and it's great for my mind, you know, sort of thing. And like I said, it's different styles, different people. You know, I'm getting sort of influence from different musicians.
Yeah.
You know,
it'll be a solo album next.
Yeah, well, not with me singing.
You don't know? Get one of these. You could be the new Adele.
Then they get those auto tuners.
That's the ones.
I don't think even that will do me any good.
We'll do a Black Country night out, me and you.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll get Lee Marvin and we'll.
Clint Eastwood. We could do that. We could be the new Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin. We could do it.
Well, we'll have to think of some kind of good name. But no, I remember once years ago, I was in the studio with Slade, and we were doing some shouting or whatever, and then the intercom came on. Who on earth is that? And it was me. I was commanded to leave the studio. But no, it's like when I used to write with Jim a lot. You know, I mean, I had the ideas into my head, what I thought, when I had to try and sing them to Jim. And for him to sing it back to me to see whether that's what I'm thinking of, it was pretty hard. I mean, pretty sort of very understanding of Jim to sort of put me out for me to put him through that. You know what I mean?
Well, very understanding. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it used to take a long time.
No, you know, but, it's brilliant. I think what you're doing is great. The fact that you're actually doing something is good as well. I mean,
like I said, Chris, it's also a great. It's a nice learning curve for me as well to play with other people. There's different styles and different ideas.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, the fan base. Want stuff, don't they? It don't matter who they are. But Slade fans, if there's anything new, they just want things. You know, where's that?
I honestly feel for them, Chris. You know, because there's nothing on the horizon at the moment. But at least hopefully with what I'm doing, there'll be something there. You know, my occasional, the occasional Flames have got an LP, a CD coming out as well.
Yeah. Well, when I get into Northern Jim's garage, and we do the 60 hours of the what's it, like the Beatles, we get back.
Yeah,
we'll be all right.
I'll tell you what, Chris, you saying that the bit, because I'm a mega Beatles fan, right? And Amelia, our daughter's boyfriend Jacob, he loaded on the computer here that new Beatles thing.
Yeah, the documentary. Get Back.
Yeah, it's like a carry on from Let It Be.
Yeah.
And actually, when George Harrison walks out on the Beatles, he leaves the Beatles. You know, he walks out on them, and then, I mean, typical. And John Lennon says, "Well, we'll get Clapton in next week." Yeah, sort of thing. I think he gets really pissed off at Harrison because you know.
Yeah, it's been getting some good remarks. McCartney's coming out a bit well, isn't he?
Sorry,
Paul McCartney's coming out a bit well.
Well, the thing is, he's a very clever bloke, Paul. I've met him a few times, right? And he's very much aware that he's Paul McCartney. But don't get me wrong, he's bloody incredible, really. You know, the things.
Well, you'll have to get him on. Use your showbiz contacts, and we'll get him on here, and we'll have a chat.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? I'll tell you what I could do. Where sort of I mean, I'll tell you what. You know, when I did that thing with Ringo. And not with Ringo, sorry. When I got into the Paul McCartney show, I know the guy who does his monitors, right? But like he said, you know, sorry, not him. There was two backstage areas,
right?
And I was in the one where the other one is the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably. Well, remember, McCartney's very security conscious since Lennon got shot.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, we're all right. They could do it from one of his mansions, just the three of us. We'll find somewhere for him. We'll do it.
Yeah, we do it a trumpet.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. But well, I'll tell you what. When back in the 70s, when we were on the one tour, a Slade Christmas tour, one of the two, maybe not Christmas, one of the tours, and we had all the press. I think we did 3 nights at the Civic.
Yeah.
And we had all the press up from London the one night, and Les Perrin, you know, was our publicist at the time. But you know, he did the Beatles, the Stones, he did Frank Sinatra, all those people. You know, he was like. He was just incredible. He's like Chas said, which is which I never thought about at the time. He says he said the thing is with Les, he's so well respected. He can actually keep a story out of the newspapers.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? He said he can call up an editor or whoever and say, "Listen, do me a favor." If they threatened about putting something in, you know, he's actually Chas said he can actually call up the editor and say, "Do me a favor, can you not use that or not put it in?" And they'll do it for him. That's how influential he was. You know, sort of thing. But that's what I mean. We took him to the trumpet. You know, right?
Took him to the trumpet.
And I'll tell you what, he would Red Curl was all the Red Curl, and he was really funny. I was like, and Les was sitting on the chair, sort of next to the piano or on the bench next to the piano, and he was talking, and Les was playing away, and Les Perrin was talking away, and Red stopped. He says, "Fucking shut up, you cunt, while I'm on." I mean, it was brilliant.
I got up on stage one. He used to do a little bit of magic for someone, Reg Curl. And
sorry, Chris, what was that?
He used to do a little bit of magic thing.
I don't know about that.
Where he did sort of just a little bit of thing. I just did a bit of stooging for him. This is a social club in Broadway.
Oh, okay.
No, not the trumpet. No, but so wish list then. Get Jim on here, Ringo, Paul McCartney, Ozzy, and Robert Plant for next year.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
That's what we've got.
In any order, Chris?
No, as they come.
Okay, yeah. No, but I'll tell you what it was. I was talking to Ringo's drummer Greg, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was now. I can't remember. Oh, that's right. I wanted him to take part in Let There Be Drums.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and I contacted Greg. I said, would you mind contacting Ringo and asking him if he's interested in doing it? He says, I can't do that, Don. He said, that's why I've still got my job. He said, I'm you know, part of the deal with Ringo is you don't ask him for anything. You don't, you know what I mean? Say, will you do this? But Ringo was great when came with a bit of cake for me, you know, sort of thing. And he was so good to Hannah. And I didn't know how much he wanted to talk about the Beatles.
But he did.
You know what I mean? I was a bit wary about that.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
Good. That's what you want.
You froze, Chris.
So have you. So keep on talking and it'll be all right. You can still hear me, can't you?
Oh, that's it. You're there now. You froze then.
Yeah, same. It comes back and it does all clever things.
Yeah. But did you hear what I said then?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
He said that's why I've still got my job. I don't ask him for favors, you know. So, but it'd be nice to sort of do something like that, though, wouldn't it? You know,
well, sure, showbiz connections, Don.
I'll tell you what was great. When I had I've got the photograph taken with Paul and Linda. And that was at the number one.
This is just name dropping now, no?
Yeah, I do that, and I got Ringo over here.
Right.
Yeah. All these little sort of but no, but I was at that number one spot. I've got that's what I said. I've got the DVD of it, Paul. Paul, Chris, I'll tell you, I'll give you a copy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, because that's when I had the photograph taken with Paul and Linda. But the girl I was with at the time, because there was no cameras allowed in there. That was the thing, no cameras. But the girl I was with at the time, she got a tiny camera in her handbag. They weren't searching. But then I asked Linda, I said, would Paul have his photograph taken with me? And she said, who's got the camera? Because they're not allowed. I said, the girl I'm with, she says, give me the camera. I'll take the photograph. You know, Linda, and I've got a photograph of me, Linda and Paul, but I've got the one with just me and Paul somewhere, which Linda took.
That's going to be worth the money. Yeah, the one with a Linda McCartney original.
Yeah, it was. But I'll tell you what. But anyway, but where were we? I forgot where we were.
We've done Don and the Dreamers. We were going to talk about the anniversary on the 2nd of December, which is a couple of days away. Of You Better Run. Now, there's one question I've got to ask you. What label was You Better Run on, and what was the number?
It was on Columbia Records. The number was DB8080. It was released December the 2nd, 1966.
That's only 55 years.
On the record was black, but
well done. Yeah. So the memory's not too that's really gone into your memory for that.
It's funny that, you know.
Yeah, it's 55 years. It's a long time.
And I still remember recording it, you know, Chris. I remember it was Regent Sound in Denmark Street. It's where the Stones did a lot of their very, very early recordings. I mean, it's only like a front room. There's nothing. I don't think it's there now. I've been down Denmark Street quite a few times. So they got some music shops and some few instruments. It's a lot different now. But Kim Fowler took us there. That's because he met us when we played that club Tiles on Oxford Street, and then he took us there. I think it probably cost him about £3 bob, you know, sort of. And we did You Better. And if you listen to it, it just sort of collapses at the end.
Yeah.
Because what it was, it should have been a fade out.
But it wasn't.
What you normally do if you're going to be a fade out, you just carry on playing, give the engineer time so he's got time to pull it down when eventually they mix it, sort of thing. So you just carry on and then just stop when you want. And that's what we did, because we thought Kim was going to fade, you know, do a fade out. He never did. He just left it all on.
Well, I've got my copy. I eventually got a copy many years later, but I've got a copy and I've got a demo watching. But looking through it, as we were talking earlier, 25 years after that, you released your last single, Universe, as Slade.
Really?
Yeah, God. 2nd December.
I thought it would have been longer.
25 years. Yeah,
that's interesting, Chris. I thought
2nd of December '91, which was it's just. Right,
I didn't realise that was the 2nd of December as well.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
I remember because the Cliff and Alex was Cliff and Halifax was the record shop in Wolverhampton then. Yeah. And Tom Jones was #1 with in the national charts with Green Green Glass of Home, but we kept him off the top in Wolverhampton. We were there. We were #1 for 6 weeks.
Yeah. I got the charts of that, and they used to put a young lady holding a record. It was either in the Express and Star or the Chronicle. The chart, they used to have a thing.
Oh yeah.
And they used to have a young lady holding a record, showing the knees, because it was 66, mini skirt and everything like that. And it'd be, sort of Jane Smith, who's a typist from such and such, essentially, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's one of them, she said, it's the in-betweens and the I don't like it.
Yeah.
So I much prefer something.
Yeah. Think, it's funny when you think, Chris, and this is purely how it happened, we just don't know. But Robert Plant released the same song.
Listen.
It's incredible, that.
It's totally different version of all the strings.
But he had an orchestra on it, sort of thing. But on his voice, I mean. But we had no idea, because we knew each other, because we were playing all the same places together. And then all of a sudden we find out we're both releasing the same blooming song.
Well, if we get him on here, we can ask him.
That would be good.
We'll start off.
I'll have to do some thinking there about getting Robert on. I bet he'd do it.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm hanging about outside the Molyneux.
No, because he's a director, isn't he, Chris?
I don't know what he is, mate. He's always there.
I think he's a director. Oh, I think he put some kibosh in. I think he put some.
That's at the moment. That's the only contact I've got with him. He's hanging about at the Molyneux looking for him. I don't think that would go down too well. So,
but no, it was good times. That was. I mean, But
and it was only 5 years before he got into the charts proper, so you didn't have to wait too long.
No, pretty good, yeah.
You stuck at it. Perseverance.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's a good title, that. But
yes,
but I mean, sort of, it was unbelievable, really, sort of thing, but, and then when we did that, even Chaz was amazed at Fontana, when we was in the studio, that they put us in the studio with basically, I think for about a week, with no producer, just the engineer, a guy named Roger Wake. Yeah. He said it's just unbelievable that he really believed in us. The head of the company there was a guy named Jeff Baverstock. Yeah. He really believed in us, and Chaz was amazed that they, a company like that, on unknown in the studio for that long.
I've always had little arguments with people about that, because people will say, "Oh, the in-betweens, they weren't as good as the Californians, they weren't as good as the Montanas," that sort of thing. And I say, well, perhaps they weren't. Perhaps the Beatles weren't as good as the big three, but they got the breaks. They went down to London. They did the stuff, and they got everything like that.
The thing is, we were a bit of an outcast in Wolverhampton, because all the Wolverhampton band were playing top 20 material. Yeah, which we didn't, because that was the thing then, to get the gigs in the pubs and stuff like that. You had to pay top 20, and we wouldn't play it. A lot of the places didn't want to book us, but we were basically forced on them, because, like I say, you can have the Californians, but you can have the in-betweens.
But I mean, there's people like Fantastic.
Exactly.
I mean, show band, but they didn't really do anything.
No, but the thing is, they weren't doing anything. It's like the Montanas or people like that. They're just doing chart material. Yeah, they're just playing chart songs. Just playing the top 20, because that's what was needed around the Wolverhampton area to get the pubs. But we wouldn't do it, and that's why. But I mean, we were in a great situation, because we were drawing the crowd, so they had to book us. Yeah, they often used to say, don't like you, but you pull the crowds in. So yeah, we don't like you, but you
But
pull
you get
the
the money.
crowds in. So we'll book you.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll call that a night. It's been a good one.
I like that, Christian. Carry on. We're going to talk after, mate.
Yeah, I'll do the stop the recording. Well, thank you again. Hope
Nice
you
one,
have
Chris.
more fun with Don and the Dreamers. I'll put the link to the Don and the Dreamers Facebook thing that Henry set up.
Yeah.
And we can see it. So I'm just going to stop it now, and I'll see you on the other side.